Craft has the highest success rate. About 70% of people who have been refusing addiction treatment end up engaging in treatment. What is craft therapy? Craft therapy actually stands for community reinforcement and family training. It comes through this model of actually working around the person with the addiction, the spouse, the close friend, the parent, the loved one, someone who has a lot of contact hours with someone with an addiction. They learn a way to interact with them that's going to help them get into recovery. Craft is a skills-based therapy. One of the skills will be looking at your communication patterns. For an example, if my wife had an addiction and I went to Craft, they would look at my communication patterns to see what kind of things we may be able to say differently to be more effective. So for example, if I'm taking my wife on a date and I'll say, honey, if you've really wanted to go to this Italian place, I can go tomorrow. Just don't use any drugs. I hate it when you're high and it just ruins the entire date and I'm embarrassed. That's an example of a way in which I focus on the negative. It's somewhat of an attack. She's probably going to get more defensive and it's not going to be that effective in getting to this date. Say I practice this with my craft therapist, some tweaks and some ideas, being specific, brief, and positive. It could go a little closer to this. Honey, I would love to take you out to dinner tomorrow at 6. I know you've been really wanting to go to that Italian restaurant for a long time. If you can come sober, I think it'll really help us be engaged, present, and enjoy that dinner together. That's a positive way to communicate effectively with her. She can see why you want her to be there sober. She can imagine this date. It's a way to connect with her. How we communicate really matters, really can influence what the person does with that. So within Craft, there's 8 skills: motivational strategies, functional analysis of their substance using behavior, domestic violence precautions, communication training, positive reinforcement training, discouragement of using behavior, which is helping allow negative consequences, self-reinforcement training for youth, and lastly, helping suggest treatment for the IP. I recommend Craft because it's by far the most effective way families and loved ones can support their friend, their son, their family with an addiction. If you're interested in craft therapy, you can check out more on our website at acropsych.com.